With the playoffs starting tomorrow, whenever you're watching this, I figure we go through the bracket, we break it down, and I'll give you my my say on some of these matchups, who I think's gonna win the whole thing, and we'll go round by round. So let's just get right into it, why don't we? Okay, here we go. ALDS or what am I saying here? We'll go Blue Jays Mariners. Okay. Um, Interesting matchup. Oh, let's keep in mind all of the wild cards are series now, right? If you guys don't know this, they're series now, and it's a 3-game series, so you only need to win 2 games to move on, and they're all played at whoever's the higher seeds, field, stadium, whatever. So, Mariners, Blue Jays. Let's break it down here, okay? Let's go pitching staff. I like the Mariners pitching. I think it's better than the Blue Jays. I mean, the Mariners really have like 3 dudes who can win you a game. And that's not even talking about the Mariners bullpen, which I think is top 3 probably. I like that. Some guys with experience, but so you got a lot of young talent. And I think they win. So I'm gonna have them moving on to play the Astros here. Reasons for the Blue Jays not winning. I guess I'll get into that real up quickly. I'm not too pleased with how they score runs. I think they I don't know if they'll be able to put up enough runs to against the Mariners pitching to beat them. It's kind of like my main concern right there, really. And then obviously they're starting pitching. I mean, like you get to from Alek Manoah, and then you're kind of scraping by with some other dudes. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, here we go. Guardians Rays. I think this is besides this wild card matchup. I think Guardians Rays is the most exciting wild card matchup for the weekend. And this is going to be a very tough one because the Guardians are so young. I saw that their median age, their average age of the team is 26. Terry Francona should be manager of the year. We'll see. The Rays. Okay, this is my problem with the Rays. You have Tyler Glasnow, who just came back, right? He's going to be your day 2 starter. So, guys haven't pitched in a year and a half. I saw his 2 starts. He looked great. But he was leaving a lot of balls over the plate. That's a concern. But if he can find some sort of form of the Tyler Glasnow that we all know, he's a beast. I mean, I think Tyler, but I'm a Dodgers fan. I'm just going to put that out there. I think Tyler Glasnow is one of the best pitchers in the game, not named a Max Scherzer, Verlander, or DeGrom. I really think he's that good and has potential to be top tier. He's my favorite player other than Dodgers players besides like Mike Trout. I love Tyler Glasnow, and I give him the benefit of doubt to a fault at some points. But my gut tells me that I have to go Cleveland. I mean, they got veterans and they have young guys on this squad, and they have a superb manager in Terry Francona, who's taken a team with a median age of 26 and parked them in the 3rd spot. I mean, come on, job well done. I think they move on. Home field advantage. Remember Cleveland when they went to that World Series when they played the Cubs, 2016? How insane it was there in Cleveland. Say what you want about the actual city, but the fans show up. Okay, let's move on. Got Mets Padres. This is the second most interesting matchup in my eyes. Mets. People want to say that the Mets choked the division, right, to the Braves. They won 101 games. They didn't choke nothing. 101 games, 101 wins would win you pretty much every other division except the AL West and NL West, right? I mean, it's just a tough division. Yeah, sure, they slumped a little bit, but what it is. The Braves took it. Fair play to the Braves. And then we have the Padres, who made big moves at the deadline, obviously acquiring Juan Soto, but was it enough? They couldn't keep pace with the Dodgers after that, right? After the All-Star break, I mean, the Dodgers just went on a tear and took off. But that's the Dodgers. There's pretty much, besides like the Astros, who could probably keep pace with the Dodgers. But, the starting pitching is gonna have to come in huge for the Padres to win this series. I think they got Darvish going game one, and then you're gonna have to throw a Snell or a Musgrove. You have to throw. Yeah, I mean it's the playoffs. You gotta throw everything you got at them. But I think I'm gonna take the Mets in 2 games. You got a Scherzer, you got a DeGrom, a 1-2 punch. It's pretty hard to beat that. We'll take the Mets. Okay, Cardinals Phillies. I think that's pretty much the most straightforward wild card matchup. Out of the four series, I'm gonna take the Cardinals. They'll take it in 2 games. I just like their pitching. I like their bullpen. But I do see a way that the Phillies could win this division. I mean this series. You're gonna have Wheeler and you're gonna have Nola going games 1 and 2, most certainly, right? You gotta put your best up there. They're gonna have to go deep into the game. I'm talking 8th inning. I'm talking 7th minimum on both games if they want to win this series. And then you're gonna have somebody come out of the pen and deliver a big performance. Other than that, I just don't see it. I don't know if they won't score enough runs. They have superstars on this team. You have Reese Hoskins, obviously a Bryce Harper, and Castellanos. They have top players on this team, but I don't know. The bullpen scares me, even though the Cardinals pitching probably isn't as good as the Phillies pitching. Everything other than that, it's better. That's just how it is. Tough break for the guys in Philly. All right, we move on. Let's go back to the top, and we'll go Astros Mariners. I mean, I think we're all kind of rooting if your team hasn't made the playoffs, is not in the playoffs. I think everybody has a soft spot for the Mariners, really. I do. But they do not get past the Astros. They just have too much going for them. The Astros just are simply that good. They hit the ball for power. They hit the ball for average. They score a load of runs. Then you have a great pitching staff. I think the Astros' only weakness is probably a bullpen, but, they're a solid ball club. They were in the World Series last year for the reason. They've been, contenders besides the cheating scandal in 2017 for the past that many years, 5-6 years. Yeah, you got to favor the Mariners and their young team. Okay, Guardians Yankees. This one is a tough one again because the Yankees are now just about healthy. I saw that Matt Carpenter could be back for this series. He needs to be a clutch bat in the middle of that order, just like he was before he broke his foot or whatever it was. Aaron Judge has really been carrying this team for the past 2-3 weeks. But they're getting healthy again, which is good. Then they got, your 5 days off in between this series and that's in this series. So I'm going to take the Yankees in a close one. This is a 5-game series, okay? Now here. I think it's going to go 4. The Guardians are definitely going to win a game easily. Bieber will pitch at some point in this series, and they'll win that game. But other than that, it's tough for them. It's a tough path for the Guardians. It really is. They have to play the Rays, and then here, it's tough. All right, we move on. Dodgers Mets. Okay, I'm gonna be non-biased. I really think the Dodgers win this series, and I'll tell you why. People want to talk about how the starting pitching is a concern for the Dodgers, and maybe even their bullpen. But I like the Dodgers starting pitching. I feel like you can go easily Urias game 1, and then you go game 2 Kershaw. Remember, 5-game series for the NLDS. Okay, that's 5-game series. So you go game 1 Urias, game 2 Kershaw, game 3 Gonsolin. We know what he was. He had a strain. He came back, made that one start, and looked good. And then let's say it happens to go a game 4. Then that's when you get into your combinations of a Dustin May, who's a wild card. I think if the Dodgers want to make a deep playoff run all the way to the World Series, Dustin May is going to have to be the guy. Him and Cody Bellinger on the offensive side, but we'll get into that later. Dustin May, this is a game 4 now, right? So you get into your Dustin May, your Andrew Heaney, and your Tyler Anderson mix. I don't know how they're going to operate using those 3 guys, but they're going to be starting and pitching in some capacity if it goes to a longer series. Okay, the Mets, you got your 1-2 punch, Scherzer, DeGrom, but lately in the past month they haven't been that great. They're 4-9 in their last so many starts of Jacob DeGrom and Max Scherzer. And then you have the Starling Marte issue. He broke his hand. Is he going to be back? And if he comes back, how effective is he going to be? there's concerns for the Mets, but the Mets' recipe to win this is to absolutely have a peach of a start from whoever's pitching, and then what worries me is the bridge between their starting pitching and then maybe your sixth, seventh, eighth inning guy to your ninth inning Edwin Diaz. The bridge from the starting pitching to Diaz is just too big of a concern for me. It's worrisome because let's say the starting pitching doesn't have a good game, right? Then you got to get into a bullpen game right away. It's gonna be a slugfest, and I don't know if they have the offensive firepower to compete with the Dodgers because the Dodgers top three of the order, man. You got Turner, Freeman, Betts. Okay, we move on. Cardinals Braves, tough series for the Cardinals. Fortunately, the Braves pitching is just damn good. Their starting pitching is damn good. You have Max Fried. You have Uncle Chuck. Then you have the kid in Spencer Strider, who I think will be back for the series. I think I heard that. And then you have the other kid, Wright. It's tough. I mean that's a lot of starting pitching, man. And I don't know if the Cardinals can cover that. I mean, Spencer Strider, honestly, could have gone like third place in Cy Young, and he's a damn rookie. He should be the rookie of the year over Michael Harris. It's tough, man. I like the Braves in 3. I like them in 3. I think they sweep. Okay. Here we go. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Now ALCS, obviously 7-game series. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Astros, Yankees. The Astros have at the Yankees number the past couple years in the postseason and in regular season, but there were some allegations of cheating and whatnot. That was a whole Altuve don't rip my shirt game against Chapman, but it was never confirmed, so we let that slide. I don't know if the Yankees could beat the Astros, and I think it just comes down to starting pitching. You're going to go game 1, right? It's probably going to be Cole Verlander. Verlander wins that, okay? And then from that point on, after Cole, who's going to be the guy for the Yankees, that concerns me because game 2 for the Astros, guess who? It's Framber Valdez. And how many quality starts did he have in a row? Was it like 25, 6? I don't know. It was something ridiculous, right? Okay. Then you go game 3, and that's when you get into your McCullers. I mean, come on, that guy's a dog, I'm not the biggest Astros fan in the world, but I'll give props where props are due, And then I like what they did at the deadline. Trey Mancini, that guy's hungry, bro. Hungry. When was the last time Trey Mancini, if ever, I mean, made the postseason? I can't remember the last time the Orioles made the postseason. And then they upgraded the catcher spot, Christian Vasquez. I don't know, man. I just think the Astros offensively are going to have too much. They're going to put up minimum 4 or 5 runs a game. I don't know what their total is for the season, what they average, but I mean, it just seems like when postseason time comes around, Bregman, Altuve, they're missing Michael Brantley, but guys like that, even Maldonado, last year's World Series against the Braves was hitting. Okay, not to forget Yordan Alvarez. I just got too many dudes, man. It's just too many dudes. They're going to put 4 or 5 runs up a game. The Yankees, they don't walk, They don't get on base. And then Judge is leading off, right? So it's not like 3 guys get on base and then Judge hits a bomb and it's a 3-run ball game. It's a 3-run shot or something, Judge is leading off. I just, too many question marks for the Yankees. Need more pitching, need more clutch bats, less power in that lineup. They need more contact hitters going forward. The Astros move on. Okay, here we go. This is the marquee matchup of, other than the World Series, of the entire playoffs, the Braves and the Dodgers. Damn, what a series this is going to be. This is really strength on strength going at it pretty much every game. I think the Braves obviously have the edge in the starting pitching department. And I think the Dodgers have the edge in the hitting department. Okay, so we're going strength on strength. Does good pitching usually beat good hitting? I think so. But does a combination of pretty good pitching with great hitting beat okay hitting with great pitching? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Obviously, personal preference. I'm gonna pick the Dodgers. Um, Home field advantage helps. The weather's gonna be really nice. That's a plus. I think the X factor for pitching, like I said, was Dustin May. But you gotta shout out Kershaw. What version of Kershaw are we gonna get? People want to talk about how he was a choker at some point, but Kershaw was never that bad in the postseason. He had bad games where maybe he gave up a left something over the plate. He gave up a big home run late in the game. It just depends on Dave Roberts manages Kershaw. If he gives you 6 quality, pull him. I mean, that's just my personal thoughts, but it's gonna be an interesting series. The Braves, obviously, they have a lot, so we'll see. Okay, the big one, the World Series. Dodgers, if they were to make it this far, would have home field advantage for the World Series, and I think this is a lot. This is what a lot of fans want. They want this matchup. They want a rematch of the 2017 World Series. I want a rematch of the 2017 World Series. I would, as a Dodger fan, love nothing more than to finally lay to rest the cheating the cheating scandal of the 2017 series. I think a lot of people felt that they were robbed of, a true fair sports competition. And I think if us the public got this matchup and the Dodgers were to win, that would put a lot of things to rest, to bed. So let's go through the series. The Astros do have the edge in the starting pitching department. The Dodgers have the edge, I think, in the hitting department. Very similar to the Braves Dodgers in the NLCS. But then we get into, does good pitching be good hitting combined with opposite on the flip side? I guess we're going to find that out. But these are very similar teams, I think. They score a lot of runs. And they do it with getting guys on base. They walk a lot. They force the other team into situations by the steal, the sacrifices. There's going to be a lot of fundamental baseball being played at a very high technical level. And it's going to be a chess match. I think it probably goes 7, honestly. And then Dodgers win it at home, 4-3. That's my predictions. I'm going to pick the Dodgers to be the champions. I think they deserve it. They've been the best team all year long. They're my winner for the World Series. And I want you guys to comment down below your picks. Go down through them. Comment them down below. Let me know who you think is going to win the World Series. We'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you guys liked the video, make sure you're liking and make sure you're subbing. Here's another video that you might like.